welcome to another episode of Worst Collection Ever. This is the show where we tell you about the worst comic book collection in existence. And it just happens to belong to us. I'm Jen.
I'm Shawn. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Jesus Christ.
We were just commenting.
How?
Yeah. We were just commenting on how ridiculous it is that
it doesn't feel like Christmas.
It was January 2025, and then we turned around and it's December 2025, and we were like, fuck.
Yeah.
So,
fuck.
That sucks. But
it does suck.
But here we are.
I'm not happy about it, actually.
But I hope you had a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, all the holiday stuff. We didn't, I forgot last week it was going to be Christmas. Probably because I didn't want to think it was going to be Christmas.
No.
But
no.
Here we are. So hopefully you guys had that, we're in the because Christmas is on a Wednesday.
It's Thursday.
Oh, is it Thursday?
It's Thursday.
It shouldn't be like that.
I agree with you.
I think we should it should still be on the 25th, but we'll just move that day to whatever Friday it is.
Yeah, no, because here's the thing. Then you wouldn't get time off. It would just be like, oh, well, since it's a Friday, maybe you get out at 3.
Oh,
or
yeah. I mean, Thursday, I guess, whatever.
Yeah.
But hope you guys enjoyed your holiday, and we're in the acrimonious asshole of time known as the week between Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. It's like, Jesus.
Usually I'm excited about it this year just because I actually have a job where it closes for the week.
Yeah, that's exciting.
That's exciting. So I'm like, oh man.
I used to love that. I used to think that because I work, where I work now.
Yeah.
But usually at Hollywood, people are just like, usually it's like, what's after Thanksgiving? Everybody just goes, fuck it.
Oh, that happens in every profession, except for some reason the rest of the professions that aren't entertainment, they're just like, let's just pretend that we're open. You're like, no one is here. Everybody's using their PTO. Just fucking close down.
Yeah.
Just close down and just.
Yeah, Hollywood just doesn't even care.
No.
Hollywood, entertainment in general, they're just like, whatever. Just, we'll take this time off and we'll just pretend like we're not doing anything.
Yeah, and that's what I think all places should do. So I'm excited about that. I don't know what we're going to end up doing. Hopefully going to go to Black and Red.
Yeah, that was the plan. Because I've been working on my playlists for Spotify, because I went back with Spotify Premium, which I normally wouldn't do, but I do a lot of driving, with work these days.
Yeah.
And I like to I like to just be able to listen to music.
Yeah.
And just plow through it and just enjoy stuff. And it's been really cool because I've been listening to a lot of 120 minutes playlists that I created years ago for each year.
Nice.
Because I found the show, I found the shows and then being like, oh, okay, here's, all the songs that were played, all the videos that were played.
Right.
And I'm making these playlists of individual songs that were on each of these years. And it's really cool because there's obviously a lot of bands that I like that are on there already, like Depeche Mode and New Order and Sisters of Mercy.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also a lot of bands I'm discovering that I'm like, oh, this band I should pay more attention to. Let's see, Aztec Camera. They're pretty groovy. Catherine Wheel, okay, I like them. I knew about them. Concrete Blonde, catching up more on them.
Oh yeah, Concrete Blonde's great. I love Concrete Blonde.
Yeah, there's a band called Dreams So Real that they only were around for a very short time, but apparently they're going to be the next REM, and it never worked out.
Oh, is that what everybody was saying?
There's a documentary.
Oh, you were telling me about that because they were in the same scene, right?
Yeah, the Athens, Georgia scene. There was a documentary that was kind of talking about that, and they were featured in it, and they got I think they might have got signed off of it.
Wow.
But they didn't really break out, but they're pretty good. Nitzareb.
Oh yeah, Nitzareb. Yep,
Nitzareb.
That guy died.
That one guy died.
Recently actually.
Yeah, but I was watching this one video, and it's the video for Fun to Be Had.
Okay.
And I think Beavis Butthead watched it, and it's
probably
just, they're doing this walk in it, because it's Nitzareb was whatever, it's just whatever it is. And they're just doing this walk where it's we're stomping, stomp walking. I have to show it to you.
Well, you got to stomp walk when you're listening to that.
I know, right? It's but it's perfect. And it's just, oh man, I like it a lot.
Good. I was having a goth day the other day, listening to my stuff. The only problem that I have is like my earbuds, even on the lowest setting of volume, are too loud.
That's crazy.
For me to listen to at work because I can't hear people around me if they're trying to talk to me. Because now that I have to go into an office, I probably should try to pay attention to the people around.
Yeah, that sucks.
It does suck because I don't want to, but I have to. So yeah, so I'm like, that's the part that sucks because I was having a really good day. Like I was listening to like Fields of the Nephilim and like all this sort of shit the other day. I was like, nice.
Good bands.
Yeah, I love bands.
I do love bands.
So
the other thing just wanted to touch on was DCKO keeps going on, and we have a few more of the fights under the belt. We had there's Zatanna and Harley came out this week.
I haven't read them yet.
Yeah, and I mean, there's some ways that they're doing this.
Yeah.
In each of these like books, and some of them are like it's weird because they're not just separate one shots. They're in the series. So, for instance, like Aquaman is like in the Aquaman series.
Right.
It's not Aquaman v Hawkman.
Right.
But just the way they're they kind of approach it in some of these characters and whatever. It's just, it's it's kind of like wrestling in a way where you got a booker that goes and tells you, this is kind of how it used to be in the old days.
Yeah.
Where the booker would be like, hey, okay, Ric Flair, you're going to beat Jimmy Garvin. But Jimmy Garvin, you need to make sure that you injure Ric Flair's arm during the match because that's going to play into something else that we're doing because it's part of the larger plan.
Right.
But the rest of the match, you guys make it up.
Yeah. And
depending on the wrestler, especially in the old days, a wrestler could gobble up somebody.
Sure.
As like a squash. Depending if it's a younger guy that, they're taking advantage, not really taking advantage, but they're just asserting like, hey, I'm the veteran, let me lead the match.
Right.
So, and then it feels kind of evident in some of these fights.
Yeah.
And I recognize it. I don't know if I entirely appreciate it.
Fair enough. I mean, that's kind of what I heard. I was listening to this like DC comic book podcast called like Weird Science, the DC comic book podcast. And they were talking about how apparently the bracket meant nothing. And like marketing was just like, hey, here it is. And I'm like, well, that was stupid because everybody wants to see the fucking bracket if you put out a bracket.
If you put out a bracket. Because
that's how fucking brackets work.
Because that's what you want. First of all, you put out a bracket. I'll just say this. You put out a bracket. Everybody's, and you're like, oh, we got a DC event called DCKO. Oh, look at these people that are matching up to fight each other.
You expect to see that.
You expect to see it because your fans are reading into that and going, oh, Superman versus Giganta. Obviously, Superman's going to win, but I'd like to see it.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's see how it goes. I expect it to be a big squash. And
nope.
And you just don't see it.
No, which is very stupid.
And it doesn't even get represented in any way except by us.
By us, yes.
Because we're making the videos that you could watch on our YouTube channel, Worst Collection Ever.
Where we actually did the brackets.
We actually did the brackets.
We actually did the matches, so you could watch Superman and Giganta fight on your YouTube channel and hear us talk about it.
Yeah, we're doing the commentary on it.
We're not playing it, the computer is.
Yeah, it's simulated.
We just blab.
But we're doing those, and the first round is just about up. I think everything. I finished all those videos.
Nice.
The only problem is now I got to go on to the second round, which I intend to do, but I'm running out of space on my hard drive.
Oops, you got to get a new one.
So I need
to delete some shit.
Well, I need to get an external hard drive for like extra stuff. That's usually how I do it.
Yeah.
I always work from an external hard drive, but I have so many external hard drives, but I don't have any space.
Oh my gosh.
So I need to this is from years of being, podcasting.
Yeah.
So it's just so much audio and all these different projects, but I need to get one that's like more of like a video one.
Yeah.
So I need to do that before I can maybe get to the second round stuff because I want to make sure that I can do it without, running out of room.
Yes.
But obviously those are the ones you can that are tangible. You could read them in the books. But the other ones, the first round, they just acted like those didn't even exist. Which I'm like, why put that out?
Yeah.
Why just have these characters fight? In this book, you can obviously show them off, and maybe set up certain moments.
I don't really know because apparently, like, it didn't matter. And then the other thing that they were saying, now again, I get this out of podcasts, so I don't know if this is correct, but this is what people who seem to know more than I do were saying, was that when these events happen, like for the ones that aren't getting their own book, like the one that happened in Aquaman, which is just Aquaman versus Hawkman happening in the Aquaman book, it was just given to the Aquaman writer, and it was just like, this person needs to win.
And that's exactly what I was talking about.
Right. And then that's it. There's nothing else. It's not this. It's just do this. And they're like, I mean, okay, so some of them might be really satisfying and some of them might not be, because the writer, it depends on who the writer is and if they even want to do it.
Yeah, it's very disappointing the way that some of this stuff is treated. It's not like offensive, but it's just
it's just kind of like, if
these
you're
are your
gonna,
characters, man.
Yeah,
you know,
I just kind of feel like, and I know this would probably be more work, more books, more money, whatever. But I almost feel like if you're going to do an event like this, you should have like a core group of writers who are going to do it. Mm-hmm. And it should be its own thing. It shouldn't spill over into another book.
No. I'm not.
No. That's the reason is, unless you want that writer to be like fully in on the plan, because you just hand them this thing and go, this person needs to win with no background. No, it's just, this is what it is for this event.
Yeah.
That's why you get these tonally different things. Like this match might be a total squash where this one is not.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And that's why I think, like, if you're going to do this, just have like, I don't know, the same 3 writers and just do all one shots. You know, like the Harley and Zatanna one. And just everybody gets a one shot. Don't even bother spilling over into the other books.
Also, the other thing real quick I just want to bring up, and this is not really a spoiler, so in the Superman Captain Atom book, there's this whole thread where Superman's like, hey, You mess with my cousin. You know, he says that a bunch. And I think he's referring to Power Girl.
Oh, Power Girl, not.
He says Kara, but like, I mean, because Supergirl's in it too, which is confusing.
Right. I'm like, wait, which cousin?
So, but he keeps saying, he's like, you're my cousin. I think he says Kara. He doesn't say Supergirl or Power Girl. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. I have to go back and read it.
Kara, then it's Supergirl, because Karen is Power Girl.
But doesn't she have again, we talked about this on the video, that doesn't she have like another name?
No, I think she's supposed to be Karen.
But she's Kryptonian. Yes?
Sure, but I don't know if I've ever known another name for her. That doesn't mean she doesn't have one.
Right.
I've just only known her as Karen.
And I mean, we should know. I should
probably look that up, but I'm not.
Probably look it up, but you know what? But for what it's worth, Captain Adam's like, or Superman's like giving Captain Adam shit about it, and I'm like, well, we should have. And it's like, I think it's in the DCKO where he, like, I think he trips her or something. I don't know.
That's why it's. I thought. I was like, do they have any history together? I don't know.
But they have. They're supposed to be in the bracket, because the first bracket.
Oh, I meant just like in general history. Like, did they date at one point?
Well, they were. If it's Power Girl, then they were in Justice League International together. I don't know if they dated.
No. I mean, but like, did they hate each other in there? I don't know. I didn't read.
They existed in the same group.
Great.
But as far as like him, like in the actual, like in the scavenger hunt in the second book, like he does something to like fuck her over.
Okay.
And Superman's like, meh, you know, and
okay.
Yeah. And so, but I'm like,
but again,
that could have been its own thing. Again,
if this is a bracket,
right,
you need to expect that some people are going to get knocked out of said bracket.
Because, but here's the thing. So that makes, if you're referencing that, and it's like, okay, they were in this bracket together, so that makes sense because that was a pairing. But then something happens with Joker and Giganta. They were not paired together. So why bother? Why not just, it's bullshit.
Hey everyone, it's me, Sarah Sentry. You might know me from my podcast, Bitches on Comics, or through the narrative horror podcast, Decoded Horror Channel and Medusa Mask. So it is that I have returned to talk about comics once more. But it's not just me, gentle listeners. No, indeed. I will be joined by my fellow comic book, I guess we'll say enthusiasts, to chat about our absolute favorite comics of all time. This will include both well-worn classics and hidden gems. Whether you're a longtime reader or a total noob, chances are you'll find something to love. This is Best Issue Ever, hosted by Sarah Sentry, a mostly weekly comic book podcast that can be found on all major podcast platforms, unless I forgot one. There's kind of a lot of them. You know, podcasts are like comics in that way. Okay, where's the stop recording button?
It's very, very confusing, and I don't like it. But I do like what we're going to talk about today, which is another annual.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about Green Lantern Annual number 6 from 1997. Oh, they don't have a month for these. I thought you had months. But it's 1997 annual. This is the Pulp Heroes. We're picking back up with this, like we did the Superman one.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of disappointed that we didn't get the extra week to do another one of these.
Yeah.
Because these are really fun.
They're a really good time, yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed these.
I think that I would say if we were going to do another one, I would say let's do the Nightwing one because that one's just very
I haven't
silly.
read that one.
It's funny. And it's another one like, because when we did the Superman one, there were 3 different stories in it.
Yeah.
This one is a complete story cover to cover.
And it's I'll say the difference is that this moves way better. It doesn't
Yes.
feel like I'm reading this long ass book.
And the Nightwing one is the same.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
The Aquaman one I think is the same too, right?
The Aquaman, I think, is separate stories, but they kind of tie together.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
The Green Lantern Annual number 6. It is part of the My Greatest Adventure thread of these.
Yes.
Worlds Within Worlds by Ron Mars, Jeff Johnson, and Jeff Lowe. Ron Mars being the writer. And who's the cover artist here? I meant to look this up. So it's the Pulp Annuals. So there's a very it's a very I don't know what's the style?
It's just very like if you were reading some of those paperbacks from like the early 30s or whatever. The picture that was on the cover would have been like something like this.
Yeah, and
that's how it looks.
And it's Green Lantern, Kyle Rayner holding he's got a sword and he's fighting off some soldiers or whatever, and he's got his Green Lantern symbol on his chest, and but he's using a sword. He's not using his ring. He's just fighting. And he's got a woman in his arm. Mm-hmm. It's in chapters. So
the very beginning, if you go back one page.
Oh yeah.
There is like a very small, by the way, paragraph of text that is just Kyle basically talking about how when he was in art school, he asked his teacher, like, what separates, great artists from not great artists. And the guy, is it talent? Is it, use of medium, whatever? And his teacher was just like, imagination. And so Kyle's like, sometimes I wonder if I have the imagination. I'm interested in this one artist called Sebastian Beale, who seems to have all this imagination, but he was kind of not, nobody
he wasn't
really
he didn't really get his due.
So we have this little blurb there at the beginning, and then we go into.
Well, there's a drawing here that
there is a drawing
is accredited to Kyle Rayner.
Oh, is that Kyle Rayner?
It says Rayner down here.
Like a guy with the sword fighting a.
Well, it's supposed to be it's whoever it's. It's like an image.
Lizard? What is that? A lizard?
Yeah, it's like an image from I think the actual story, but it's like Kyle Rayner drew it because Kyle Rayner is an artist.
Yes,
in these books.
he is an artist.
He's a freelance artist. So, but yeah, chapter 1, he's at an auction and he's staring. There's a painting.
He went to get another painting.
Yeah,
that apparently is far too expensive. So he is going to buy something that came up, which was that he didn't even know was going to be there. Was this Sebastian Beale painting, which is like a volcano erupting in the background, and then there's like a lady sitting on top of a dinosaur.
You got a bunch of and there's like a caravan of like soldiers
and like a half naked lady.
Yeah,
and apparently this is the painting that Kyle buys.
Yeah, he buys it and he's like, well, the other one was too rich for me. But as he's getting up.
Some guy's like, you sure you want that one?
Yeah,
I don't know. I kind of think it's cool.
No, it's fine. Hey, man, you like what you like.
You like what you like, man.
And that's kind of like I identify with Kyle a little bit because he's like, he likes what he likes, and he doesn't really care. He just, if he likes something that doesn't get its due, that isn't popular, then that's just how it is.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
But I do like that you get a dude that he's walking by him, and of course he's got a goatee and a ponytail because it's 1997.
You better believe it's 1997.
And if you're condescending, you had a goatee and a ponytail.
Oh, 100%.
The goatees always are very.
Man, the goatees back then.
Yeah, it's just a beard goatee. It's not the full full beard and goatee.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
just the chin.
Wow. Wait, no, it's just the chin.
This right here is just a chin.
That has a different name. Because the goatee's the whole thing.
Is it the Van Dyke?
No, that's like when you have like the pointy.
Oh, okay.
Just the chin. It's not a soul patch, but it was something else.
Well, it's definitely in a soul patch.
God, I hated that look. It was so bad. I would rather have the mustache plus the chin than just the chin. Awful.
The chin is
awful. I don't know why anyone thought that looked good. It just looks weird.
I don't get. I don't personally. I don't. I had a mustache throughout high school.
Yes, you did.
A very famous mustache.
Yeah.
Through half of college.
Uh-huh.
I changed that up. I did try out the this chin goatee.
Oh no, not a good idea.
But it was, I did try out a few things, but it didn't.
You just look like you got a chia pet stuck to your chin.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, I don't know if it's like dudes who don't have chins or like I gotta go with this.
Well, people will do goatees and beards because they don't have
like a strong chin.
They don't like their chins, so I'm like,
fair enough.
I'm like, I don't know, I don't have that problem,
Right. I mean, I'm not ragging on that. I'm just saying, like, the one idea of just the chin always was very strange. It's like if you can do the chin, just do at least the mustache too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Kyle picks up his painting and he's like, all right, oh, well, it's cool that I'm Green Lantern because I don't have to carry this on a subway because he lives in Manhattan.
He sure does.
I thought he lived in Coast City, but maybe that was just hell.
Maybe he does now?
Well, I don't know. I mean, but I thought he started out in like the Coast City.
Oh, yeah,
but
no,
I guess not. But he's like, well, I'm Green Lantern, so I can just fly around with this painting and it's all good. And he's, just kind of.
He's having to think.
He's having to think about, about how being an artist's success is so subjective.
Yeah.
Is it commercial recognition or is it being,
yeah,
a true artist?
how, because he's like, I love being Green Lantern, right? He's like, being Green Lantern is great, but I'm still more than Green Lantern because I am an artist and I need to think about like, what does success mean to me? Is it commercial success? Or is it just like I'm following my artistic vision, which is something I think a lot of artists ask themselves.
I would get shit for that. I'm not
For
being
what?
an art. Well, just because I'd be like, I like being when I was a disc jockey.
Yeah.
When I was working in college radio, and I really fell in love with just music.
Yeah.
And being a champion for music.
Mm-hmm.
And following that and trying to follow that as a career.
Right.
And certain people would give me shit for that.
People always will give you shit for that, but that's
because it's like, oh man, you can't pay yourself. You want to be.
Who cares?
Because I know, but it's like I'd be like, I want to bring music to the people. That was just how I felt. Yeah, I said that. My friend was like, you can't do that. No,
no, but you totally can.
I know you can.
You know what I mean? Like
people do it all the time.
People do it all the time. I would just say ignore. People are always going to say that, but I think any artistic person has had this, even if it's not an out loud conversation, has had this thought in their head of what does success mean to me as an artist, or as for me as a writer? What does that actually mean?
Right.
You do have this conversation with yourself, and that can also change.
Yeah.
Depending on the time. Like there was a time when it was like, oh my God, I can't wait to get traditionally published. Can't wait for all this stuff. Probably not going to happen at this point.
Yeah.
So now, what does writing success look like for me?
Well, also
and what would I be happy and fulfilled by doing?
Well, also too, the path of success has
much
changed.
different.
Is much different.
Yeah.
Back from when people like when we were working towards stuff, and it's just it's just the way it is. It's like that's going to change, and you can find a way to be successful without that sort of traditional.
I mean, at this point, you kind of have to.
You kind of now you kind of have to, because the way that traditional media is, it's.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a whole other conversation.
It's a whole other conversation, but basically that's the idea of it. So, Kyle's having this like thought as he's flying along, and then he sees that this is very funny. This guy just is working on like a skyscraper that's, he's building it because it's not finished yet. This dude just falls the fuck off of it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he must be at like 40 stories high. And he just goes, and his hat flies off.
Which that hat, I wonder if he did. I don't think Kyle grabbed the hat because that totally smacked somebody.
No, somebody died because of that. 1,000% that's what happened.
He uses an angel, like an archangel with a sword.
This is very funny that this is what he chooses.
Well, he's an artist, you see.
I know, but you know what's really funny? So he uses this archangel to save, like an archangel construct to save this guy. But then it's like hanging out with all these little cherubs, and one of them looks like it's drinking, but I think it's
a conch.
It's supposed to be like making a noise.
It's a horn.
But honestly, when I first saw it, I thought it was just chugging like a skein of wine.
Oh, okay.
I was like, oh shit, it's getting drunk.
Yeah, no, that's funny.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's funny that he does that because it's like you could have just got like some cuffs or something and just picked them up.
Oh, of course, but no, he's an artist. He's very creative.
You know, he's got to create some extra cherubs that will do absolutely nothing.
You know it.
But yeah, so he does that, and then he goes home and he's living with Jade.
Yes, he's living with Jade, who is his girlfriend, which kind of doesn't really factor in here because he kind of forgets. As the
fantasy world, you know.
Well, fantasy world. So he's living with Jade, and he's also, what's really funny about this picture is he put the picture up over the couch, and he has like a construct hammer, which I'm assuming is what he was using to hammer it in. And he's like, what do you think? And she's like, I mean, it's straight. The picture's straight.
But it's totally not. Look at it.
No, it's totally not. But she doesn't know what to say because she does not like it.
Yeah, it's something she was expecting him to buy. Something. She's not an art connoisseur, but she's expecting him to buy something else. You know, this other guy.
And he came with like dinosaurs and like lava and like half naked ladies. And
it's a bit much.
And it's huge too. This is not a little painting. It's
going over the couch.
Yeah, that's how big it is.
That's how thing when people are coming over, when when Jon Stewart and Donna Troy are coming over to
hang
out and play, watch Titanic or whatever.
Yeah.
This is gonna be sitting over them and they're just like, this is fucking ugly, dude. What the hell?
Yeah,
it's not ugly, but it's like, this is weird.
It is weird.
It's weird.
I mean,
it's cool if you like it, but it's weird.
It's weird. I also do like it. I mean, it's not something I would hang, but at the same time, I'm like, I've seen worse.
Well, the thing is, I think it's not for everybody, and it's really something for if I were to buy this painting, it would go in my office.
Oh, 1,000%. I don't think it would go out here anywhere.
She's like, okay, you want some of the drink? And Jade's doing the Sunny D bit in the fridge.
It's very funny. She's like, what do we got? Purple stuff. Like, she might as well just say purple stuff.
She might just say purple stuff.
She doesn't, but she should.
There's a Snapple back there, and whatever. And then he's like, man, this painting, it's so luminous and interesting, and it feels very real. And he reaches his hand in.
Yeah, he's like, oh, the light is so amazing. Like, it literally looks like it's a real world. It looks like I could actually enter this painting. And he, I guess, tries to put his hand on it. It just goes into it.
Yeah, he just sinks in there.
Yeah.
And we're in the middle of this dinosaur that this woman is writing. It's rearing back, and it, because I think there's an earthquake or something, and it's what's happening in this world in general is that there's earthquakes and
there's a lot of natural disasters going on.
Yeah.
Things are falling apart.
Right.
Basically, it's what's happening in the NeverEnding story.
Yeah.
It's exactly what this is.
Is that why you were singing that?
Yes. Yes, because this is basically the NeverEnding story, sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I was singing that. So, anyway, so everything is falling apart, and she is on a mission to go see if she can talk to somebody about this and try to save her world.
Right. So she's trying to reach the god being, but before we get there, she falls off of this dinosaur.
Yeah.
And they all these cracks are spewing lava.
Yeah.
And they call it the bleeding fire, I think.
Yeah, the mountains were bleeding fire.
Which I'm like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Well, and then she has like these 3 like super buff dudes around her, and she falls almost like the lava's closing in on her, and he just like picks her up and just stands there and let the lava like take him.
Right. Well,
and so Kyle Rayner's like, I guess I should probably try to help. Let me use my ring to put my suit on. And he ends up in this, I don't even know what this is.
It's a fantasy outfit. He looks like
Zardoz.
Zardoz, yeah, it's like Sean Connery and Zardoz. He's got this crispy, crunchy looking helmet.
Yeah.
Looks like a crab. But it's all green,
mm-hmm.
and he's looking. It's interesting.
I mean, I don't hate it. I think it's fun. But I was just like, oh,
yeah.
Uh-huh.
And he's got he's got a loincloth and everything, and
there's a lot of loincloths in here. And this also was like, I started really questioning loincloths in general.
Yeah, me too.
Like this girl is wearing a loincloth, like held on with a string, and I'm like, but you're like riding a dinosaur. How is that comfortable?
She does have underwear.
No, it's really funny because I don't think she is supposed to. But then every once in a while when you're worried she might get a full frontal nudity shot, they draw under.
But Kyle's like, all right, I'm trying to use something like a crane or something with this ring.
Yeah,
trying to think of something.
And whatever he tells his ring to do, it won't do. It's like doing what will fit into the world.
Right.
So it just creates a rope.
Well, he shoots a rope, and she goes. This dude, this soldier is doing the John Carroll Lynch from Volcano. He's like, when he's standing in the lava, and he's like, throwing that guy, and it's one of the most ridiculous deaths in movies.
It's pretty funny.
And he's throwing her, and she's grabbing this rope. It just this rope just. It looks like a cock.
It looks like a cock. It looks like a
sperm.
It looks like a snake.
Yeah,
with like a cock head.
It's just ridiculous.
It's something else.
I don't know why it's just not a rope to the end, but it just this end of it just looks really.
Well, that's what I mean, because it's only a rope like coming from Kyle, and then she grabs onto the part that looks like a dick.
If you took away the speech bubble and just captured that image with the end of this thing, you'd be like,
oh.
What is this?
Yeah.
Is this Penthouse Comics?
What is she doing?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
But it does save her, and her manservant boils, and he's like, I'm going to create this weird-looking jet, and we're going to get out of this lava area.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, hey, 2 of my dudes are there, and, we need to go and save them, and he does.
Mm-hmm.
And they're standing on top of this mountain, just kind of like, she's explaining the situation where she's like, I am the royal daughter, Saria Amenthus.
Yeah.
So Saria, call her Saria. Let's go Saria.
And Kyle's like, wow, are you like a real princess? And she's like, well, I mean, I was, but
like because of
this, everything fucking falling apart. Now all of my people are either scattered to the wind or they are dead. So I am on my way to talk to the God being. God
mage, I think they say.
God mage is what they call him. To kind of plead our case, to be like, hey man, we're dying. And so that is the deal. Yeah. And Kyle's like, well, I'm not supposed to be here, but I don't know how to get home.
I'm supposed to be here today.
I'm not supposed to be here today, but I don't know how to get home. So I guess we're going to hang out together.
Yeah.
Hope that's cool.
Right.
And then he tries to like walk through a ruin, and there's a plant thing that apparently eats him or tries to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's like a. I don't know, because I'm looking at this here,
it's
and
it's like a big mouth with vines,
which is really gross. It's actually really gross.
It is really gross.
And he conjures an axe and he slices it. Before we get too far,
yeah,
I want to ask, what do you think of her name? Is okay. By the way, Asaria. That's right. The land is called Nadija.
Okay.
I think I just remember that. But I wanted to say her name was Nadija, but it's not.
Nope.
What do you think of Saria's outfit aside from the loincloth?
It doesn't look very comfortable.
I'm trying to understand the gravity of it.
No, but that's the whole point. This is how outfits were drawn back then. It's literally just like a little tiny loincloth with like a the
loincloth I understand.
But then on the tits are literally just
cups.
Brown, like gold cups, like stuck to her boobs. Either that or they're painted. I don't know. They might be painted gold. We don't know.
They look like they're actual cups.
But it looks
just
like cups.
Cups. Like I know there's bras.
I mean, you can
like
get sticky bras that stick. That might work for some ladies, and she doesn't look particularly top heavy, so maybe shit's like a sticky bra.
Yeah, I was just fascinated by that because it's like kind of like.
I mean, you can't. They do make those. You can get a sticky bra, literally just.
Well, no sticky bra, but I'm saying this is like metal. Like you'd have to.
It could be double-sided tape.
But do they have tape in this world?
I mean, I don't know. That's how I stuck my dress to my body.
I know that.
So, but that's what I'm saying. I don't know. They might have some sort of tree sap. I don't know.
Yeah, I was trying to figure.
She sticks on there and sticks it to her tits so it doesn't fall off.
It just fascinated me. Also, real quick, she has these 2 servants. They have names, but they're
it doesn't really matter. They're just dudes, and apparently they were bred not to be like big, strong, loyal dudes, and they do not speak.
They do not speak. They're just there to serve and fight.
Yeah, they're her bodyguards.
And also another thing too is Kyle, when he's saving her, and because she's like, "Hey, help me out," And he's like, oh, she speaks English and no accent.
Yeah, so that's because at first, like, Kyle's like, this is such a bunch of fucking shit. What are you talking about? Like, you actually speak English. You know, you don't have an accent. Like, obviously, this is not real. Like, maybe I hit my head or whatever. And then she's like, but what are you talking about?
I wish she had the most New York accent.
It'd be so funny.
Like, and she, because he's like, hold on, help me out. You know,
that'd be really funny.
What are you doing over here? I need some help. Come on now.
God, that would be
what are you doing? And then she's like, oh, you sound like you're from Manhattan. He's like, what's Manhattan? You know?
Yup.
They reach the breathing sea, and
so they're
Kyle's like, how do we cross it?
Yeah,
she's like, you just walk through it.
Yeah, they walk to like through these ruins, and he's like, okay, well, there's water. Where are we supposed to go? There's no like boat, and he's like, oh, well, you just walk into it. You will be able to breathe it as if it is water. And he's like, what the fuck?
Immediately, though, he does the thing that I would probably say, this is just like The Abyss from James Cameron.
I was so excited that he like dropped The Abyss. And I was like, damn, I gotta watch that movie again.
I haven't seen that movie since I saw it when I was like 10.
Same. It's been a long time.
Nobody talks about it.
I remember liking it.
I don't know.
That's true. Of all the James Cameron movies that people talk about, The Abyss is always left out.
Because wasn't it like Aliens,
Mm-hmm.
and then was this? It was Abyss, and then it was T2. Was it? Maybe I'm missing something.
That I would have to actually Google that because I don't remember, but I feel like that's right.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's right for sure, but it feels like it is. Because I remember watching it, and I still remember that scene where like that pink goo is coming up, and they're like, "Oh my god!" And it's the stuff that they can breathe.
I thought it was just clear. I didn't realize it was pink goo.
I thought it was like light pinkish, but
maybe.
that could just be my memory being
it's
weird.
Fucked up though.
But they do, and they're like freaking out, and they're like, "Wait, I can breathe with this stuff."
I don't like that though.
No, I don't like that either. But at the same time, I'm like, cool. And he's like, this is like The Abyss.
It'd be funny
So
if he only spoke in it. He always referenced James Cameron movies. You know,
that'd be really funny.
Like he's walking through there, the water, and he's like, "Hey, where's the Titanic?" She's like,
yeah.
What?"
He's also like, "Hey, when we meet these green people, they're kind of like Avatar."
It's like Avatar. Even that movie hasn't come out yet, but I bet they'll be.
It'll be like this though.
It'll be like this though. They're like, what?
Yeah, they're like, what are you talking about? Nothing, because he like references John Wayne, and she's like, who is that?
It'd be funny if he's fighting somebody. He's like, "Hasta la vista, baby."
I mean, at this point,
and he just turns everybody Terminator 2, and she's like, "Stop with these references. We don't have VHS out here.
Yeah, I don't get them.
We barely have sap for my boobs.
I don't get them. Yeah, exactly. I got to use tree sap for my boobs, dude. We don't have VHS.
You think we're watching movies?
Yeah,
movie films.
So they're like walking through, and he's like, "Wow, this is amazing."
This face trying to accommodate this air is this water air.
Is very it's another face.
Yeah.
Sometimes the faces in these books.
The air faces.
But he's very excited, and he's like swimming around, and all of a sudden like this sea monster, because they reach like an Atlantis, basically.
Yeah.
A city. And this sea monster rises up, and of course Kyle's just like, well, I better kick its ass.
He doesn't know anybody because.
But I mean, he doesn't even like wait to see if the others are going to try to go for it. He just like jumps into it and starts fighting this thing, but no one else is fighting it with him. And he's like, well, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
And then they stop him, and they all go and head towards the city.
Yeah, they go to this city, and what is this? I don't know. It's there are a bunch of like gill monsters.
Yeah, they're just like Creature from the Black Lagoon.
I was trying to think of Creature from the Black Lagoon.
They're kind of like that. So they're all these like weird things, and so they get there, and she's like, "Oh, hey, King Monster. Sorry about that. He doesn't know. He's not from around here." And he's like, "It's okay. Don't worry about it. I'm going to send a warrior with you to try to talk to the god being. This weird fucking god being that we're all looking for."
Yep.
And it's the same guy he attacked, of course.
They make it out of this deal, and they're in the tree forest. So now they're hanging out with, now we're in Avatar.
Yep. And this actually, even it has one of these like flying fish.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that. They have a little balloon fish, but this is where the girl is like, oh god, I'm not gonna get her name.
Soraya or whatever.
Saria.
Yeah, and so she like gets out of the water and she decides to change. And they do that lovely, like, she's naked, but the branch is covering her ass and like there's a flower covering her boob. And he's like, you're
And she's wearing the convenient underwear when
she turns around, because in this one shot she's not wearing any underwear. Yeah. And then she turns around where she would be full frontal, and all of a sudden she has underwear on, which no, she doesn't. Because Kyle's like turning his back to her to be like, and she's like, oh, that's right, you're not from here. I must be ugly to you. And he's like, nope. No, not, got a huge erection right now.
I'm just.
Because, naked ladies.
It's not the only wood in this forest.
Yeah, seriously.
I'll tell you that right now.
He's like, but it is the hardest. Ha ha. So he's like, well, women in my world don't usually get naked around men who aren't their lover. And she's like, and I don't understand how this tracks. We're an arid people. So like from a desert or whatever. We're not ashamed of our bodies. And I'm like, but how do those two things go together? Because they probably aren't. Because they're not wearing anything?
A ton of clothes. So they just was like, you know what? Just keeps getting hotter. And
but then don't you get.
It's like, actually, I think arid. So we're talking about more like San Diego. So just imagine people in San Diego just like.
We're really arid too.
Okay, we should just be naked.
No, what about the sun? I get sunburned.
I don't know.
Except my legs, which apparently like repel light. I don't know how that fucking works.
So yeah, he changes it to Peter Pan for some reason.
Yeah, he does, because they're like, oh, we're climbing up this mountain. It's going to get colder. The other guys won't feel it, but we will. So he's like, I shall change into basically like Martin. Like, do you remember when Martin, The Simpsons, when he was like dressed like this, when he was like in a play or something?
Yeah.
And he's like jumping around. That's literally what he looks like.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're climbing up things. This is where the floating fish comes up, because she's like, oh, these are just like.
They're just like made of balloons or
they're
something.
Just balloon. They're hollow. So they're
That's
just
disgusting.
Which is gross. And it reminds me of a comic. Actually, one of the ones that I have over for my dad.
Mm-hmm.
It's an Action Comics where Superman
is hollow.
Yes, and he's floating, and people are riding him. No, what happens is he's under a red sun, so like nothing's working for him.
Sure.
And he's in this whatever world it is, and he's like, "Oh, I need to get somewhere," and he sees like these balloon monster things.
Okay.
And he just kind of grabs one, and he's like, and it's just carrying him.
I like the idea of just Superman just being hollow. Like he has bird bones.
Oh, man.
And they're just hollow, and that's how he flies.
It'd be funny if that's what it was in like the first issue of Action Comics, and whatever happens, he gets like hit by something, and it's like, that's it, last issue of Action Comics.
When he just like explodes, and it's like the end.
The end. Oh, as Superman, not so super anymore.
Nope. And this is before everybody got brought back, so no more Superman.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because he fall, and so Kyle's climbing, and he falls, and he lands on one of these fish.
Yeah.
And
because she says something like, oh, I always wanted to like ride one or whatever. Basically like do what Avatar does and like, I don't know, hair, tail, fuck that. You know what? I don't understand Avatar.
I don't like those movies.
I don't like Avatar.
I don't care for this. It's not for me.
It's not for me.
I watched them. I've only watched the first one.
And I'm good. I don't need to watch anymore. You know what? If you like that, that's awesome. Good for you.
I know that they're technically amazing.
Sure.
Towering achievement and everything.
Okay.
But
they're not for me.
They're not for me.
They're not for me. But so like he jumps onto it and grabs her, and she's like, well, what about the rest of them? And they're like, oh, they're big boys. Don't worry about it. And then so they start flying upward until they're, I don't know, they get to like the top of
they get to like the top of like a tree.
A cliff. And she's like, oh, okay. Yeah. Let me look at my world. And she's like, oh my God, my world is falling apart. And this is also kind of from the NeverEnding story.
Because it's being erased.
Well, it's being erased, but also that castle just floating there. But I didn't realize at first that there's these white streaks that are kind of in the background.
Yeah.
That is actually like a void. It's being erased. At first I thought they were kind of clouds. But then it's actually like, it's being erased.
Yeah, it's disappearing, as she points out. And so we jump ahead to like, I guess Kyle determines it's months later.
Yeah, because he's got a fucking beard and a ponytail. See, now
he's doing the beard. Yeah, he's rocking the hair.
Yeah, but this is like a full beard. This is not like a weird chin thing.
He's not a nerd.
No, he's got like a nice full beard, and he's got like long hair. And I guess they've been like battling together. Now, I am assuming it has been months.
That's what he thinks. Yeah, that's what
he's like, I can't really tell, but I think this has been months. I think they have to be fucking.
Because I guess the whole time they hadn't done anything. But...
No. I refuse to believe that because you have a lot. He doesn't know if he's ever going back.
Yeah.
Which he never ever tells her, hey, I had a girlfriend, have a girlfriend.
Oh, Jade doesn't come up at all.
No. Dee doesn't even think about her because the second he sees her, he's like, look at that hot babe. And Jade does not matter ever again. There's a lot of like months and months and months of traveling. So there's a lot of nights by a campfire. You don't know if you're going to live to see tomorrow. I assume they are fucking.
And he's seen the parts. So he's like, all right, well, I can work with that.
Yeah. And she likes
tree sap
him.
or not.
Yeah, tree sap or not. I mean, she's wearing like a shirt now because it got cold. So now she's wearing like, what culottes or whatever. And walking around with that on, which is actually kind of funny. But they have to be fucking.
Yeah, I'm sure. At least this hand stuff, maybe.
This is forest fucking.
Forest fucking.
Forest fucking. This is like when you wander off into the forest and you find like a little clear spot and you hope to God there's not weird spiders in it and you fuck.
Nice.
I'm assuming that's what forest fucking is.
I just like the.
I don't know if that's like the official term for it.
Write in if you know the official term for forest fucking. Worst collection ever at gmail.com. So I do like these montages though of them going through these fights, and you see him saving that fish guy at one point. I do like though was one where they're fighting these random dudes, and I like this guy on the ground here. He's just got he's like he's been defeated, but he looks like he's just got his head down at his desk taking a nap.
Maybe he wants everybody to think he's been defeated.
He's like, aha, I'll take a nap.
Yeah, because he's like, you know what? It's been a long day. It's not really comfortable to sleep on like tree roots and shit. I am not forest fucking. It's really kind of a bummer.
I wish I was bed fucking.
Yeah, bed fucking sounds like a lot more fun. Because hopefully don't get bit by weird fucking monster things.
Yeah.
So he's just like, I give up. I'm taking a nap.
Taking a nap. So, but they eventually reach this floating palace, and
that is like anchored to the rest of it with a giant chain.
Yeah. It's actually pretty interesting because you got this chain anchoring it, and then you have like the rest. You have like these like what looks like stalactites on the bottom that look like maybe they're anchoring the rest of the town.
Yeah, because they almost look like jewels too. They look like crystals of some sort.
Yeah. But they go to this place and they're like, "Oh, it's actually kind of like it's dead in there." Yeah, and it reminds me of Lord of the Rings, where like Gimli's like, "Oh, we're gonna hang out with the dwarves." He's like, "This is no cave. This is a tomb.
This is a tomb." Yeah, which is very funny. Unfortunately, there are no trolls here. There is just they walk in. As this void is like chasing them. So they like
it's like an antimatter wave.
Yeah. So they have to like run in through this door, and the god being is here, and the god being is just an old man in a chair having a nice nap.
Hey, you know what? If I was a god being, I could be the same. I think I'd be the same way.
Yeah, but I mean, like he's wearing like jeans. It's just like a guy.
He's got paint on himself. He's just a guy.
Yeah, just a guy, and there's like books, and there's also like an
easel.
An easel. So basically, you get the idea that this man is an artist, but he is asleep.
Right, and he is the artist.
He is
Sebastian Beale.
Yes, because what happens is like everybody falls to their knees except for Kyle. They're like, oh my god, we have to, praise the god mage and whatever. If he's in prayer, we must be in prayer with him. And
praise his champion sweater.
Yeah, and Kyle's like, no, and he just goes over and he's like, hey man, wake up, my name's Kyle. And he's like, oh wow, hello. And he's like, oh my god, you're real, is what the artist says. And then he's like, you're Sebastian Beale, aren't you? And he's like, yeah, nobody liked my shit, so I just sort of created a world in where I could enter it.
How he was able to do this, it's never explained.
It's never explained. It's also very meta. Just as like kind of like an artist's experience, I think. I mean, obviously we're taking it to a completely different level, but like, when you are creating something, you can feel like you can access that world. Does that make any sense? Like but you can't physically access it in reality. But this is just taking it one step further in where you can.
No, fair enough. No, I get
so
that.
that is, I think that's where we're going here. Because it's like, I don't know, for me, like, it's all like, for me, writing is like, you're a radio. Does this make sense? Like, you're a radio and you are just tuned into a specific frequency.
Yeah.
And that's how you find the story.
Yeah. You gotta be dialed in.
You got to be dialed in. And like, some people are better at it. Stephen King he gets all the channels. Like, some people not so much, but like, you have to be looking for it. And it's like, he was able to dial in, but then actually go to where it was broadcasting from, if that makes any sense.
Clickety clack.
Clickety clack indeed. So
yeah, so the antimatter
it doesn't matter because it's like all the erasing is happening anyway. And now everybody's gone, including, Hot Chick. And it's just Kyle and the artist. And he's like, because the artist is like, I'm fading. I'm dying. I can't hold this world together anymore. Kyle's like, look, I know these people like aren't technically real, but they're also real because I was hanging out with them. So I'd like to bring them back. And I'm going to try to do it with my ring. I've been trying to conserve the power because I can't get to my lantern. But I'm going to try to build a world here to the best of my ability. And then, so he does. And then Sebastian like grabs his hand or his wrist and he's like, we're going to do this together.
Let's do it together. We built this city.
Pretty much. And they just start talking like, what if the trees had this? And what if this? What if this? And it like creates the world as they go. And then all of a sudden, poof, there's a full world. But Kyle's ring, completely empty.
Yep.
He's like, I'm never getting home now.
Which is actually crazy that his
ring lasts as long as it did.
Ring lasts as long as it did, and it allowed him at the end to create an entire world.
I mean, I don't know if there was also like old man artist power that kind of went into that too.
Yeah, he had the old man ring.
Yeah, I don't know how that worked. But
he had the gray ring.
Yeah, he did have the gray ring. I have the power of old age.
Oh man, watch out for the gray lanterns.
Yeah, seriously. They're going to come and tell you that if you just walked into somewhere and handed them your resume, you could get a job.
Look, I made a resume with my ring. And I handed it to the clerk.
Hey, can you fix my printer for me? Again?
I would make a ring. I make a printer with my ring, but
I don't know. I got to call the guy, and apparently I need an account, and I don't really like having an account. I don't understand how any of this works. And you know what else I don't like? That I have to sign up for anything on an app, and I'm going to tell you all about it. That's literally pretty much every conversation I have with my parents.
The gray lanterns. Jesus Christ.
That's,
you know what?
That's
I think that's actually not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea, but it also fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, I don't know how to fucking rotate a PDF. I don't buy me a giant large print edition of how to use Windows 11 actual physical book on how to use this. Fuck. How do you program your VCR? How do you do that? Like, I don't know.
Why do you still have a VCR?
Did you have to program your parents' VCR when you were a kid?
I don't think so.
Oh, I had to program my parents because my parents had no idea how to do it.
I think my parents were able to figure it out.
No, I had to do it. I always had to I could actually program it to like record at the right time and like stuff because it was always one of those things where like our generation, we were young enough when new technology came out so that now
we weren't afraid of it.
We weren't afraid of it. And it also makes us more adaptable for newer technology when it comes out, unless you fucking hate it. Like I hate AI. But I can use AI. You put a prompt into a box and hit a button. Like it's not fucking hard, but at the same time, I still hate it. Fuck AI. But we have that ability as where the Gray Lanterns, fear most things and still think like, I don't know, a cup of coffee is $1.25 or whatever. They have no concept that the world is different. Gray Lanterns.
On Green Lantern, I'm going to create a McDonald's where a bunch of old people are sitting.
Oh, yeah. And they buy that $1 coffee or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. It's a good deal.
No. They're going to tell you just to live within your means. If you didn't buy Starbucks, you could buy a house.
You could save money by not going to the movies.
Yeah. If you just made coffee at home, you'd have enough for a down payment on a house.
And you could raise 5 kids.
Oh, absolutely. And your wife could stay home. It would be totally fine. But you kids and your avocado toast and your fucking coffee and your iPhones, you don't want to do the hard things.
So
go Grey Lantern ring.
So this
so fucking dumb.
but the Grey Lantern this artist creates the world again, and they're in the girl and the fish and the hunks, they're all back.
The hunks are back, yeah.
And
they're all dressed. Basically, like, if this was the beginning of Arnold Schwarzenegger's career, this is the guy who he would play.
Oh yeah.
I'm
surprised he didn't make an Arnold joke, to be honest.
Yeah, he really should have, because there's just like big, muscly dudes. Just like, they look like a fucking wall. They're huge.
We don't want them talking because they sound like, yeah, it is me.
Yeah, they're like, we got to dub them if we talk. So it's hard to do that in comic book form. So just keep them shut up. Like,
California.
Make sure they shut up. Yeah. Also, we don't want to write California phonetically as Arnold would say it.
California.
Actually, I would love somebody to try to phonetically write Arnold Schwarzenegger speaking, because I don't even know what that would look like.
Yes.
Yeah.
So but this guy, this Beale fellow, is dressed like, what the fuck is this? For some reason, the first thing came in my head was the singer of the band in American Pie when they're at the prom, and he's got that weird hat.
I mean, kind of, but it also looks like not a fun kind of wizard, like a Gandalf wizard. It's like we're doing medieval wizardry, but like later medieval period when shit sucked.
But I'm also wearing a doggy bed on my head.
Yeah, but I've also got this weird fucking hat.
You got Uggs? You see the Uggs?
I got Uggs. Basically, I'm wearing what the Swiss Guard would wear in order to protect the Pope, which those are fucking ugly.
That's right, the Swiss Guard, yeah.
Which I believe were designed by Da Vinci, but at the same time, you're like, my dude, maybe you shouldn't
stick to other things.
I was going to say, maybe you're not a designer, because these are extremely ugly, and I feel bad for people who continue to have to wear them in 2025. Yeah, so he's like wearing this thing, and even Kyle's like, what the fuck are you wearing? And he's like, oh, Kyle, you have given me the gift of...
He just said, give me back my strength, and, if you want to go back, I can help. I can work that up.
Yeah,
I can do that for
Kyle, Kyle, click your heels together and say there's no place like home. Because this is literally like, we go to, like, when we're doing the him and only the artist, like, in this void, is literally the end of the NeverEnding story, where it's like Bastion and the child Empress.
Yeah.
And she's like, she needs a new name, and he's all mad about it. And she's like, Bastion, please. Like, that's literally how she says it. Say my name. Like, if
Joe Hendry.
Yeah, exactly. And then Joe Hendry fucking appears. That would be so fucking funny. It's like,
say his name and he appears.
Yeah, actually,
the never-ending story.
The never-ending Hendry.
Oh man, actually, I would love
that would be so fucking funny,
just a dude with frosted hair and a blue silver.
Well, because it's a void. It's literally a void. And there's just whiteness, and all of a sudden it's say his name and he appears. He just pops up like out of the fucking corner.
Right.
And it's like making that fucking face. Yeah.
But Kyle.
So he's like, if you want to go home, he's like, well, I could stay here because there is something here for me, which is that lady who's like, oh, Kyle, you should stay with me because I'm telling you, they've been forest fucking this whole time.
Yeah.
Weird, holding onto a tree, bent over fucking.
Oh, hell yeah.
And the whole time, and those dudes who can't talk just exchange weird glances.
They just watch.
Yeah, well, no, they know what's going on, but they don't want to, like, interrupt. So they kind of just look at each other since they can't, like, talk over the noise.
They're writing things in the dirt. They're just like, what?
Playing tic-tac-toe really loudly.
Hey, I'm gonna try to learn the drums here on this log.
Yeah, like throwing
that.
Rocks at trees because it makes a nice sound.
Yeah, maybe reverberates. Will drown out the hardcore fucking.
Yeah, that's going on over there in the, like, not even 2 feet away from us.
Yeah.
So he's like, well, I don't really belong here. Maybe one day I can come back, but I have to go. My planet needs me, basically. Poochie has to go back to his home planet.
Uh-huh.
And so he's like, all right, Sebastian, I'm ready when you are. And he closes his eyes and then he opens them and he's back in his apartment. And literally seconds have passed.
Yeah, because Jade is like, oh, hey, do you want this Snapple?
Yeah.
You should have wrote to Wendy the Snapple lady and been like, I was like, I requested a Snapple once from my wife, and and I wasn't sure if I wanted it, but then I smelled the fumes from a painting, and I fell into the world, and I became a Edgar Rice Burroughs type of warrior.
Yeah.
And then I had loud forest sex, and then
With this really hot chick.
And then there was lava and dinosaurs. And anyways, Wendy, I appreciate you.
Thank you,
and,
Wendy the Snapple lady.
Send me some Snapple. Do you remember one thing that always bothered me? Was there was some kid that wrote into Snapple lady and was like, hey, I am a kid in detention and all I have is this Snapple bottle to keep me company. Right?
What?
Because you're just like, whatever, like, instead of just doing homework or whatever.
He didn't have a book, nothing.
Nope.
He's
one of those kids who just does,
doesn't believe in books.
I don't know. A comic book that probably didn't have a portable video game. He just had a Snapple bottle, and she wrote it in, and the Snapple lady was like, "All right, well, here's what we're gonna do," and it cuts to them, a Snapple guy walking in with a giant, like a huge order of Snapple. Like all these bottles on like a dolly, and being like, well, we believe in a good education, so have all this Snapple, and all these kids got free Snapple
for being in detention.
Yes, because
Nice.
that kid was like, all I have is a Snapple bottle. So
Okay, yeah, sure.
yeah,
He's like, oh wow, my ring is out of power, even though I don't have a beard anymore.
if I had power in my ring, I would give myself a beard.
Yeah, and I don't have that right now. And Jade's like, what are you talking about? Like, I literally just went to the kitchen and got a Snapple and came back. And he's like, oh, well, I have quite the story. And he's like, well, it's kind of weird. I don't even know if it really happened. And then she looks and she's like, but this painting's totally different. So you better start talking. And I have to say that if this is the painting I ended up getting, I'd be pissed.
Yes, I agree.
This sucks. I'm like, boo. Like, the other one was so much better.
I don't know why it's just not something where he's
more dinosaurs.
Just fighting, because the painting is just
his friends,
the creator and the crew he was with, and they're standing in the middle of this, like the middle of the city, and there's like a Green Lantern symbol,
and they're
above.
all like real close to the fucking viewer. And I'm like, I liked the lava with the dinosaurs better. Like, can we go back to the dinosaurs? Something? Could you have, like, I don't know, Kyle riding that fucking balloon fish? Something.
Yeah. This is like the ending of Ghostbusters 2.
Oh, yeah.
When the baby is just the Ghostbusters and the baby in that painting for some reason.
Yeah.
It's been basically, and it's like, I'm like, it sucks, man. You just give it. The painting should have been like him fighting with the other characters in there, and then just a Green Lantern symbol in there somewhere. I don't know.
Or it should have just been like that original painting, with the dinosaurs. Maybe just them riding the dinosaur. Maybe not as much lava, but like Kyle's in there too.
Yeah.
Something like that. You could even if you painted the forest fucking, I feel like it would be better than the painting he ended up getting, which is now.
Kyle, is that you? Did you cheat on me in a painting?
Yeah, 5 feet fucking long goddamn painting over your couch of these dudes. You're just like, this painting sucks.
Yeah, you're taking that down.
You have to take it down. It's got to go in your storage unit. If not,
throw it in the river.
Give it to Goodwill.
Give it to sell it to somebody else.
Seriously, like go give it to a Goodwill because that painting sucks now.
It's terrible.
And I guess he's just gonna keep it in his apartment forever. And if I was Jade, I'd be like, we have to have a long conversation about this painting.
Yeah.
Because we live together. This isn't your place. This is our place. And I got a problem here.
If you want to continue to have Snapple in the fridge.
And sex with me, a green lady who is completely green. Does she just like walk around New York City just green?
Well, that's how she is. What happened with, because we talked about her before.
Yeah, because she's so-and-so's Alan Scott's daughter.
Alan Scott's daughter with Thorn. I said originally a long time ago, I said when we talked about it originally, it was like Harlequin of them, but no, there's Thorn. There's of the villain Thorn. So yeah, but
isn't Thorn like a much later addition to the DCU than Alan Scott?
No. This was like in the.
Is this the original? Like
the original, yeah.
Was there an original Thorn?
There was Rose and Thorn. There was like a.
No. I remember we've read Rose and Thorn. There used to be backups in some of the stuff we've read.
Yeah, this was like had to be obviously sometimes in the 70s.
Yeah, but hasn't he been around since like the 30s?
Yeah, but I mean, it was.
So what's he doing? Just like pretending to be straight for a really long time? Because I think that's kind of what happened.
I don't know.
Okay.
Lavender marriage. There you go.
Lavender marriage that actually had sex?
Yeah, sure.
Or maybe it was ooh, turkey baster. we want to make this look as real as
possible.
possible.
Use the ring to make the turkey baster.
No, I think they just probably went to the store.
Oh wow!
You can just buy a turkey baster. You can buy one anywhere. They're cheap.
I know you can. I didn't.
They just went to the store and she's like, "I bought the turkey baster. I brought it home. Now let's make this look like we're actually in a relationship." Jizz into it?
I don't remember this issue of All-Star Squadron at all.
I assume you would have to. I don't know how that would work, but I assume that's what it would do, and then you would use it, and then that's how she got pregnant with Jade
and Obsidian
because lavender marriage, but to make it look more legitimate, you have kids.
Yeah. So, but she came out, and so originally she came out. She wasn't green, but something happened when she was a teenager, and it activated her powers or whatever, and then she became green. So now she's just green lady walking around, but she kind of
looks like a She-Hulk.
Basically. Yeah, basically she's a She-Hulk looking lady, but not, as buff, but
of course.
She still looks, pretty hot.
Yeah,
and that's how that ends. But I do want to point out something that I wasn't necessarily aware of. In 1997, there was a 5-issue miniseries of Hawk and Dove.
Oh.
What in the flying fuck is this?
Wait. Okay, so Hawk has a...
Well, she wears body armor. He wears baggies. She carries a big gun. He carries a bass guitar.
I was going to say...
She wants justice. He wants to party.
I'm really confused by this.
I am too, because I don't know if this is any version of the...
I don't think I've ever even...
I've never heard of this.
No, I've never even seen this. It looks ridiculous, too, and he's just jumping in the air with this guitar.
But he's got angel wings, and then she's...
Yeah, but so is she Hawk and he's Dove?
I think she's Hawk. I think they reversed the roles.
Oh, okay.
Because typically Hawk is Hank Hall, who's the
guy,
male, and Dawn Granger was Dove.
Yeah.
But they switched the roles, and for some reason, though, but they're not even wearing, she's wearing body art. She is wearing kind of a tactical outfit.
Yeah.
Of sorts, but she's got these wings, and he's just dressed like a regular dude.
Yeah.
And he has a bass guitar. I'm like, does the guitar do something? What the fuck? I actually have to find this, because what the fuck is this?
That's a really great question.
There's some stuff that snuck into the late 90s that I've never heard of, that it's just surprising. What the hell is this?
Yeah, right.
But
that's interesting. I wonder if you could actually find that.
That's what I've never, we've putzed around on a lot of these things. I've never seen it in any boxes. Granted, it's a miniseries, so there's not a ton of it.
Right.
But sometimes you come across things, you're just like, oh, wow. I think it was the Teen Titans series that they debuted around this time, which you have the pulp annual for.
Yes, I do.
That wasn't around very long, but I found that, because I had a few issues of it, and I found it at Hall of Justice, and I was like, do I remember this?
Yeah, right.
It's, because it's completely different heroes. There's maybe a few in there, the Adams in there or something like that, but it's it's very unique to just, it's just new. There's actually around the time where they also did because they talk about in the bulletin part here about that man called AX. Do you remember that? We were like, oh, what the hell is this?
Yes. Because didn't it have an actual guy?
Yeah, there's an actual guy.
Picture?
It's a Marv Wolfman book. I think it's actually pronounced A10. Because the X.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what that makes any difference to. I do remember that.
Okay.
I've never read an issue about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm wondering if it has. It's one of those things where it's did this interact with anything else other than its own thing, or was it because there was also around this time too, there was another series called Major Bummer, and it was about a superhero guy, a real buff guy that was unmotivated. And he just sat around and watched TV.
I mean, sometimes.
Yeah, and
that's what you got to do.
And I'm like, so what else? What was that? I remember seeing that in the comic book store, and being like, this doesn't look like something I want to read.
Right.
But yeah, but that Hawk and Dove, man, I'm like,
That's
where
crazy.
where is that? Because I gotta.
It's got to be somewhere.
We might have to work. Or maybe we
you might have to
run through
put that on your list and see if you can find it.
Excuse me. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna ask for it at the comic books at the Hall of Justice, and they're gonna give me they're gonna act like those guys. Then Kyle is buying.
Oh yeah,
that stuff.
Yeah. What?
They're like, "What? Do you want that? Like, do I even know what that is?
No.
What?
I know you're going to ask that kid that we always see in there, and he's going to be like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they won't know.
No.
But that's going to do it for this week's show. Thanks for listening. You can find us on our Instagram, our Twitter, our Blue Sky, Threads, at Angry Hero Shawn, at Jen Stansfield. You could check us out on YouTube at Worst Collection Ever. And you can also email us at worstcollectionever@gmail.com. Please rate and review the podcast anywhere you get it. We would greatly appreciate it. And Happy New Year, everybody.
Oh my God. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays. Be safe, enjoy.
Yeah, and we'll talk to you again next time.
Bye.